See how the front was wriggling around? If I hadn't relaxed that chassis, it could have been inclined to just oversteer and tuck, and I would have just gone down like a shot buffalo. Welcome back, guys. I can see you've been enjoying the first 3 how-to videos, and I trust you're all practicing the techniques. From here on, I want to start advancing everything a little based on what you've learned. In this episode, I'm going to focus purely on cornering, and it's all based on something you've probably never heard about, and I'd like to call it relaxing the chassis. What most people don't realize is when a motorcycle is cornering, believe it or not, the steering has to actually offset in the opposite direction. Sounds crazy, but when I turn the bars this way, I will corner to the right. When I turn the bars to the right, I will corner to the left. Setting the frame geometry to steer the bike before you lean is the best way to keep traction. The whole point of this exercise is to teach you to instinctively relax the chassis. And what this is the beginning of stepping out the rear. Backing it in and power sliding is just an exaggerated version of a normal corner. I'm going to show you how to begin the steps towards backing it in and power sliding. It all starts with relaxing the chassis. To get this technique started, you need to trust what I'm saying about turning the steering in the opposite direction of the way you want to go. And I can prove this to you simple. Get in second gear, cruise along, and just push on one side of the bar and see what happens. What you're feeling is the chassis relaxing into its geometry. And now you combine those original techniques. Push on the right, relax the left, elbow up. Watch this. Push on right, elbow up. You see the triple clamps turn initially to the left and the bike relaxes into the right. Now I'm going to show you this in real time through a very fast corner. I'll be coming in fast, and this, I don't even want to call it a technique. I want to call it an instinct. So I'm going to be approaching a left-hand corner, which means I'll be weighting my left, I'll be raising my right elbow, and under brakes, as the chassis relaxes, I'll be applying a little bit of brake to the rear. It's already stepped out, but not because I'm locking the wheel, but it's because I'm relaxing the chassis. There's a big difference. All right, here we go. Did you notice my inside leg come out? We've all seen the MotoGP heroes throw an inside leg out. That's not just because they're adding wind resistance to braking. It's because it's this natural dirt instinct that's coming out to offset the steering and relax the chassis into corners. At those speeds, they are two-wheel drifting. Okay, same technique applies standing, but I will keep my feet on the pegs. There'll be no offset. I'll use my upper body weight to offset. Okay, you would have seen then the chassis relax into a natural power slide. Now, this is a safer cornering technique for 2 reasons. One, my entry is so much more secure because the back is stepped out, okay? I've actually, in setting up that relaxed chassis, I've taken all the expectation and all the responsibility of traction of the front wheel out of the equation. I have set the bike up into a two-wheel drift. Even if the traction changes mid-corner, the front wheel's not just going to let go and lose it. It's just going to two-wheel drift both wheels wider. It is a much safer way to enter any corner when the chassis is in that relaxed position. It doesn't have to be full sideways. It can be a minute relaxation, and the rest will become instinctive as you feel it out. Secondly, to exit under full power, you're already set up. Just think of it as a push-pull, 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 but without actually physically yanking or pressing on anything. It's just a subtle body position and weighting. Okay guys, now I want to show you a bit more of a real world scenario where you've been distracted by negotiating some obstacle, whatever that may be, only to be hit with a surprise turn immediately after. And generally, if that obstacle has upset the chassis, unloading suspension, whatever, it gives minimal time for braking, and all the more reason to really initiate this relaxed chassis. And what I want you to do now is, just as you're pressuring the left to turn left, I want you to opposite weight the outside peg. Okay, ultimately in this situation, I'm coming into a corner way too hot because I've had to clear a step down. Whoa! See, as soon as I've recovered from the landing, I'm tipping into the turn by weighting the inside bar. It's relaxing the chassis, and I'm weighting the outside peg to maintain traction at the rear. Okay guys, exactly the same technique again, but this time I've got like a U-turn, like a really sharp corner straight after a major distraction. This is the Matterhorn. It's a fair old send. How much you relax the chassis, how much weight you apply on the inside bar, outside peg, is all relative to the extremity of the corner, how severe it is. Is it tight? Is it just a basic dog leg? All right, this is a tight one. Let's go. Bit of a run up needed. Okay. See how the front was wriggling around? If I hadn't prioritized and relaxed that chassis, it could have been inclined to just oversteer and tuck, and I would have just gone down like a bloody shot buffalo. The other part about this technique, when it's a lot more advanced, but if you're a serious off-road rider or really enjoying your off-road riding, watch the transition from standing to sitting on the tight apex. Okay, I fairly nailed that. Okay, now I want you to focus on the transition. So the transition from the braking to the accelerating, the entry to the apex to the exit of the corner. Right, now because this corner it's tight for a fast corner, I am going to be braking standing up and then transitioning to seated as I go from braking to acceleration. Okay. That was a perfect scenario to show you the benefit of the relaxed chassis. The beauty of that was that the rear wheel broke loose, okay? And not pushing the front and throwing me down. Again, for you guys, it's all about the transition. Set up the relaxed chassis. Back her in, power. Okay guys, same again, but never will this technique be more valuable than in a surprise downhill off-camber situation. Gravel especially. Okay, same more than ever. You gotta be as smooth as you can on the transition. Okay, distraction. Whoa, shit. Okay, so the jump was my distraction, cased the front end heavily, fully unloaded into, let's just call it a surprise downhill. It's kind of hard to talk to you guys while I'm attacking some of this stuff, but I'll do my best. Okay, distraction. Whoa. Whoa. I'd like to talk you through the braking, but that's too full on. I don't want to lead you guys astray here. This is really advanced stuff, but even if you can absorb and apply 10% of that technique at that intensity that I've been doing here, you will put yourself in a position to become a better rider. You'll exponentially learn valuable skills of surviving off-road better. It's not all about being the fastest rider in the world. It's about being able to go fast safely, right? That was fun, guys. Look, seriously, you can't learn to ride a bike on the internet. Just take these skills and techniques and methods very seriously and very lightly. Just incrementally try things and gradually build up. It takes years of practice. It's as simple as that. But knowing what to practice is everything. And look, I got years of this stuff locked away, and maybe you guys can help. You can actually become a member of my channel for a small monthly fee, and you know, that'll really help free me up to do more videos like this more often. And yeah, anyway, I'll keep doing them when I can. Ride safe, get better, ride hard, hit the subscribe button, all that stuff.